at the gorgeous Biltmore Estate in Asheville, North Carolina, and it's always struck me as kind of funny that we fought a Revolutionary War to escape the aristocracy and the monarchs of Europe, and yet some of the richest people in America decide to bring European luxury here. This is a beautiful estate, 8,000 acres, by the way, and it's also, notably, reportedly, the largest private home in America.
Many visit the Biltmore Estate in the spring and summer, and no doubt the gardens are lovely. But we went for Christmas, and I would highly recommend it. Christmas is a beautiful time at the estate in North Carolina. Before we dive into all that is Biltmore, let's take a look at the family history. William Henry Vanderbilt was the original Vanderbilt. He made his money by creating monopolies with railroads and industry. That was legal back then. Yes, his granddaughter was Gloria Vanderbilt, daughter of another son, making her the niece of George Vanderbilt, who built Biltmore. George was a traveler and a self-learned scholar. He never attended a university, but read thousands of books, which are evident from the estate's library room. He fell in love with the mountain view and bought the land pretty cheaply as it was designated over-farmed. George spent part of his vast inheritance on building the grand home based on the castles he saw in France and Europe. His architects crafted every detail after those elements, making the Biltmore home America's castle. George was single when he built Biltmore, and he rushed to complete it, enough for his mother to host Christmas there in 1895, as she was in declining health, and he feared she may never again have the opportunity. It still wasn't fully complete, as the library and other rooms had work remaining. It may surprise some to know that one room, a side sitting room, wasn't completed until the 1970s. By the way, Biltmore is still owned by the same family. Names changed due to marriages, but the fourth generation of Vanderbilts own the property today, with several living on the property. George's bachelorhood shows up in several ways in the home. He had collected art, and it's said that the house was built to show it off. Monets and antique tapestries are just some of what you can see there today. He also liked fun and games. That is shown in a billiard room and a giant indoor pool. Fun fact, the pool had to be emptied every time it was used because there weren't chemicals back then. It can never be filled now because the sub-basement is too deteriorated. The home had a benefit over European castles. It was built in with modern innovations where they were created so it could be constructed with the indoor plumbing and electricity. Castles in older European homes had to be retrofitted. Can you say unbelievably expensive? The home also had all the newest things to make servants' work easier. The laundry room was large with pressers and a newfangled thing called a washing machine. George met and married European socialite Edith Dresser while in Europe. They married in Paris, honeymoon in Italy, and she was married for almost 3 months before she ever laid eyes on what would be her home at Biltmore. I'm sure she was elated when she turned the avenue to see the home. She and George had a daughter, Cornelia, and the 175,000 square foot mansion became the home for the family of 3, along with their 100-plus servants. The home has an eerily similarity to the Downton Abbey television series in several ways. American wealth mirrors European society. Their daughter had her own mind in changing times, and George's valet married Edith's lady's maid. The two didn't have a life of complete leisure. Being America's Downton Abbey required much effort to maintain. It was a working farm. One family, quote, said, and I am paraphrasing here, Biltmore wasn't owned to make them money, but they made money to own Biltmore. The goal for George and for the family today is to ensure Biltmore is self-sustaining. In George's day, that meant vegetables and crops, fruit orchards, dairy, cheese, chickens, and livestock. They were all part of the working estate. It didn't take long to expand into the winery, which operates today. The family has since expanded the estate into tourism, allowing visitors to see the house beginning in 1930. It has since added a hotel, lodge, a winery village of merchants that has restaurants, bars, and tourist shops, more shops next to the house, and an exhibition hall and separate venue for parties. Yes, Biltmore has catered parties and weddings, but rest assured they are not low cost. Back to George and Edith. George headed up all aspects of the working estate, meeting with landscapers, architects, and business alliances. Edith maintained the home, managing servants, coordinating meals, hosting events and parties, and ensuring guests are well taken care of. She took a hands-on approach to some of these things, buying Christmas gifts for each servant and wrapping them herself. Biltmore gives tours year-round, but Christmas is special with a different theme every year. This past year's theme of 2025 was 1895, so we got to look at how the original Vanderbilt family may have decorated. Before we show you Christmas inside Biltmore, let me tell you that you can make your trip to Asheville, North Carolina less expensive by using Expedia. That's what we did, and we booked this room at the Best Western Blue Ridge for $85 a night, and that included breakfast. It is a 3-star motel, but should be rated higher because it was very clean with all the basic amenities. The staff was nice and even recommended a restaurant for dinner, which was fabulous. The only negative is the highway noise and sounds from the parking lot and areas outside your room as people come and go. But that's not a constant thing. To find out how affordable your travel can be. Now back to Christmas at Biltmore. The Biltmore at Christmas has a lot of enchantment. One of the best reasons to visit the estate at Christmas is the lights. The entire estate is lit up with magic. One of the first areas you'll see when you enter the house is the winter garden. Featured musicians played and choral groups sang throughout the night. We were there. Christmas trees were in every room. The dining room had one of the largest trees I'd ever seen, and trees were styled to fit the feel of each room. The tour included the main floor, which was used for most of the gathering and entertaining. The second floor consisted of bedrooms of George and Edith, along with the living space next to the rooms for the family's more private moments, and a third floor designated for guests. There was a primary area for guests to gather, and then 2 types of bedrooms. Many were put in the bedrooms near the gathering area. Also, Cornelia's bedroom was on this floor, but no one knows exactly which one it was, and there were staterooms further away. These were larger and bigger beds and were for VIP guests, such as national or foreign dignitaries. The detailing George was known for continues in the estate rooms, with fabric used as wall coverings. The birthing room was also near this area where Cornelia gave birth and spent her first few weeks as a mother. One aspect of a tour is you will see things that many overlook. Details like doors in unconventional places. This one was a middle of windows going up a staircase. If it weren't for the doorknob, I would have missed it. Can't figure out why it's there, but there are steps along the balcony outside. Another door is just above 2 stairs that leads to an outdoor patio, but above the stairs, kind of dangerous if you don't step in correctly. The tour also includes the basement that shows the swimming pool, bowling alley, game room, and the ladies' dressing rooms. There are at least 10 of those. It is interesting. There is an intercom type of service for ladies to call if they need a ladies' maid to help them redress after sports. The servants' quarters, kitchens, pantries, and laundry rooms, yes, I use the plural form of all of those, are in the basement. All of those are massive, showing just how much effort it took to maintain the family, their guests, and the manor. One note, the house had a cooler. It wasn't like our modern refrigeration, but it was innovative and a great measure to take in the early 1900s. That is our look at Biltmore at Christmas. I hope you enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe to my channel to see more videos like this. Until next time, go explore the world around you.